Alright, I'm here with Josh Murphy, blindside flanker on second row with Leinster, of course. We're in the Leinster Rugby HQ. Josh, good times for Leinster. It's hard to find a negative here with the winning streak, the 17-game winning streak that's ongoing for your team, but the atmosphere must be remarkably positive in training at the moment.
It is, I think, yeah. But there's always, you're saying there's not too much to find wrong, but there's probably always stuff. Like even this morning we had a review of the Cheetahs game, and there's plenty of stuff to work on, especially in those after playing a game in those conditions. There's a lot that you can do better, and it's good to learn from playing a game like that as well. So plenty still to work on, I suppose.
The competition for places in your own position as well is quite fierce. You've got a number of names there that are competing for the one or for a few different positions. So does that drive players like yourself on? Does that make things easier? Does it make it frustrating when you're probably not getting as much game time as you like, or does it kind of help each player improve really?
I think if you weren't frustrated when you're not picked, you probably wouldn't be in this building. So absolutely, if you're not playing in a game when the whole team is doing well, I suppose you really love to be involved in that. So there's absolutely a bit of frustration, but I suppose I'm ready to go. I've plenty of energy now in the tank, so I'm ready to go.
You can correct me if I'm wrong here, but Ronan Kelleher is someone I know you'll know quite well, and I think you sit beside him in the dressing room as well most of the time. Sit opposite him. Close enough.
He wouldn't sit beside me.
No. Like to see someone like that do so well in the first team squad at the moment, and obviously scoring a lot of tries as well while he's at it, that must be encouraging for the rest of the squad to see someone like that come in, fresh face to some degree as well, and to have done so well at such an early age.
Yeah, I'm a bit further on in years than Ronan now, so I'm past that part. So it's great for him to see him doing that, but encouraging for me is we're probably at different parts of our career. I'm still going as hard as I can, trying to break in, but absolutely it's brilliant to see how well he's doing, and it's well deserved for someone like him.
Games like this on Friday night against the Ospreys coming up. Friday nights in Wales are never easy under lights, and the conditions can be quite tough as well. So how do the team kind of treat games like that? Obviously the turnaround between matches is quite tight as well. So there's not much time for players to kind of recuperate and recover, and little niggling injuries can become big problems because you miss a game or two. But how do you find these Pro 14 and the rotation of games and kind of having that time to fix the body up and kind of recuperate between matches?
Yeah. Well, some of the lads who played last week and be playing again this week, I'm sure it's tough to get that turnaround, but the Sunday off was good. I'm sure everyone got their recovery right, and then everyone's so used to kind of swapping in and out in training that hopefully it'll be seamless enough. I think we're probably getting better at that this year, that no matter who's in each position, everyone kind of knows their stuff and is ready to go. So hopefully that'll be the case this weekend.
You're still studying medicine in UCD, if I'm correct?
Yeah,
sixth year?
Still going. I'm in my 7th year at the moment.
How do you balance that? Obviously that's a tough degree by any stretch of the imagination to do, but obviously when you're playing rugby at such a high standard as well, that must be a tough thing to kind of balance the two.
It's good, and sometimes it's a good escape from rugby that I've got that to think about when I go home, but then sometimes I'm thinking about that too much, so it's not, one's a break from the other and vice versa, if you get me. But time wise it's tough at times when it comes to exams, but it's actually like most people in here are in college and they probably have to go to more set lectures than me, so everyone's kind of in the same boat. So I just finished exams there and I have a bit more freedom at the moment, and everyone else will probably be coming into exams soon. So yeah.
Felipe Contepomi's a qualified doctor as well. Is he someone you tap into and talk about even balancing the two, or is it just all rugby chat with Felipe, the backs coach?
I wouldn't burden him with my problems of medicine, I suppose, and it's probably hard enough to remember it all from college. So no, I chat to him on the odd time and tell him what exam I'm doing, but it'd be probably a bit far for me to start asking him tips on medicine as well as rugby.
Your family then, quite a sporting family by any stretch of the imagination. I know your twin brother is a rower.
He is, yeah.
Still rowing as well, and he's based in New Zealand?
No, he's based back in Ireland now, so he's back from New Zealand a few years, and he's still in UCD Boat Club, so running the show there.
Is that something that kind of keeps you on your toes as well when you've got a twin who's also a sports person, also involved? I know your parents would have been involved. I think your mum was in hockey and different sports as well when she was in schools. Is that something that makes it easier, that you're not the only sports person in your family, that everyone kind of understands the effort it takes, the commitment it takes as well?
My brother usually gives me a lot of stick that he has to do the training outside of his working hours, and I get to do it as part of a job, which is great. But yeah, absolutely, him calling me lazy for things like that keeps me spurred on. It's good to have other people with similar interests. Yeah,
that European debut you made, I know you'd have captained Ireland at underage level as well, which probably goes down as one of your top achievements in your own head to date. That debut against Leon then in European competition and getting experience in games like that, is that something that you feel has developed you as a player? That obviously Leon, one of the top teams in the French game, is that something that's brought you along as a player? And obviously when you see younger players making debuts themselves, they can kind of lean on someone like you for advice and how to cope with the expectation and pressure that's involved in big European nights like that.
Yeah, so that was my first cap. I suppose it's a while ago now, my first cap in Europe, but I absolutely love the experience. But straight away after, you just want to play in another one. So I think everyone playing together gets used to that pressure, and it is an experience thing as well. But I'm not going to say playing 10 minutes against Leon has made me suddenly someone bigger to lean on. I suppose we're always trying to, Stuart is always trying to like encourage people to be leaders in training and on the pitch. So it's kind of a thing that's coming through every game, not just Champions Cup games. But yeah, it was a great experience to get, and I'll be better for it hopefully if I get another chance at it. We
mentioned that competition for places a little earlier, and I guess when there are so many players vying for such little positions on a team, do you find that you're chatting to those players about rugby issues, you're talking to each other, helping each other along in terms of words of advice, words of encouragement, or is it the case that certainly with the players you're directly competing against, that you don't want to talk about rugby, you want to focus on other things, and kind of once training's finished, forget about it and kind of focus on other things?
Yeah, you can't be driving yourself crazy with rugby. I think we do in training and try and knock the head off each other, and then we'll review that in a team meeting and discuss everything there, and everyone's helping each other. And then after that, you'll drive you and them crazy if you keep asking questions or talking through it. But yeah, you can, but I wouldn't say overkill on that. We get everything covered and move on, I think.
Do you follow the Wexford hurling? I know you're an Enniscorthy man. Are you following David Fitz's rise?
Not as much as I should, but I know they had a good win against Kilkenny at the weekend, and a big one coming up this weekend. Yeah, so I'm on the bandwagon.
Yeah, perfect. Well, listen, Josh, best of luck with the rest of the season, and here's to more wins and more game time.
Thank you very much.
Lovely. Good man, Josh. Perfect.